Today's Wednesday, May 22nd. Just wanted to share, we've had a lot going on in the last week or so. Do you realize we're filming?
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw an alligator the other day, and I just thought I ought to be prepared.
Yeah, he's convinced he saw one. He saw a dolphin too.
One dolphin and one alligator. So anyway,
We've had a lot going on since our last video. We had the very good, unexpected news, was it last Wednesday or Thursday, that the lock was, it was Wednesday, that the lock was opening up the next day. We're like, whoa, we didn't think we'd even start traveling till like maybe tomorrow or
Best
Friday.
case.
Yeah, best case. So we're like, whoa. So we needed a few days to get things together, which we did, pulled some laundry and supplies together, and so that was really good news.
so this episode's going to start just a little bit in Kingfisher, and we met buddy boaters, Steve and Darcy Smith. We were the only two boats that left Kingfisher.
Mm-hmm.
So we left around 7
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Had no problem. We had called ahead to the lock master,
Mm-hmm.
and really what he told you is everybody was caught off guard. So I think that first day we didn't even see any toads.
Yeah, well, we actually did see a couple. I think they finally started catching up, but as far as loopers, everything was delayed. So we left it at the perfect time. I think we saw like 5 toads the first day and maybe 3 the second day, but we were going to do a long day, and we ended up doing it an even longer day. We went to Bobby's Fish Camp, which actually wasn't bad. We weren't expecting it to be that great, but because there was just our looper friends and us in, we did 96 statute miles, which is a record for us.
Yeah, we never do that. Plus 1 or 2 locks,
We just did 1 lock that day.
and that was. I guess we were just so thrilled to be heading south.
We were, and it was hard, but we left early enough, and we didn't get in till about 5. Then the next day we had another long day, 1 more lock. We saw about 3 tows, and then we anchored that night. Well, we were going to anchor the first night, and once we saw we could go to Bobby's Fish Camp and get air conditioning, we decided to pay the money. So we only anchored 1 night. We made great time.
And it was. I have no qualms about Bobby's Fish Camp. If there's only 3 or 4 boats,
Yeah.
when there's more, they start rafting,
Yeah.
handing you extension cords. And some of our
Yeah, it
friends
was
didn't
fun.
like that. It was fine. It was quiet. It was peaceful.
It was.
And I filmed just a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
So again, when we left Bobby's, I'm not sure we knew exactly, but we were pretty sure we would do another long day. So we went to the.
We had another lock to do, and then we saw about 3 tows. It was just.
And we
Was
went
that
to,
the day that it was so curvy? Really?
We went to the Tensole River, which was mile 39. Really, it was the next day, but I think even that day, there's a place where the river literally does a figure 8 like a pretzel.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So
But it was. We had a nice anchorage, more like what we're used to in the Chesapeake.
yeah, and I have just a little bit of film for that too. So we got up the next morning, and we had 39 miles to Mobile.
Yeah. No more locks. Our last lock was Coffeyville, and we did that the day before. So
And we were at sea level.
yes, we were at sea level in
And
saltwater.
That's when I started getting ready for the alligators.
So then we got into Mobile. It was a little busy.
Well, let me say something about the last maybe 5-10 miles before we got to Mobile.
Mhm.
I read that some people call it the Amazon of whatever.
Mhm.
Everything changed. It was no height, just swamp looking, and you
Mhm.
probably wouldn't have wanted to go swimming there, but it was pretty.
Mhm.
And it really, I'd watch my compass and I'd be going south and then west and then north and then east. It was amazing.
But
So-
we were doing 9, which were both days, which was good. It
We-
helped with it. That's why we could make longer days.
Yeah, we picked up some current. We passed 2 tows that were, they were pretty talkative. They were twins, they said, the same company. And then we saw Mobile. I'd say the first real civilization we've seen since Chicago.
Open water. It really was beautiful. I mean, it's just a different world. We're so glad. I'm glad I'm not a river rat anymore.
So Mobile, I think, had us spooked, and again, it's just because sometimes local information is great, sometimes it's not. We were, it's terrible, it's so shallow, make sure you stay in the channel, blah, blah, blah. So we stayed in the channel, we stayed in the channel, and we stayed in the channel. And I thought I saw where our marina should be, but the GPS and nobody, you can't turn, you can't go across.
Yeah.
Long story
I guess
short.
we were kind of afraid, or I was afraid.
Long story short, I said, I'm going over. I'll trust myself, not. So we went over. By then it was pretty rough, pretty
Getting a little breezy.
shaky and white caps. Anyway,
but it was fine.
came into Fairhope. Great marina, Lorraine. We want to say a little bit about the town of Fairhope.
Love it. If you ever have a chance, it is just a great. I think it's one of the top small towns in the country. I think it's made that list, and it's
beautiful.
It is the first place that if I wanted to move, this is a place, and I wanted to move south. It might be a little hot for me in the summer, but it's a great place.
So we saw it by Uber, but we saw enough, and there's a French Quarter, and there's tons of restaurants. It reminded me of some of the nicer places in Canada, maybe Charlevoix or whatever. But anyway, tomorrow morning we're leaving for Lulu's. Lulu's is
Jimmy Buffett's sister's restaurant.
Jimmy Buffett's sister has a restaurant in the marina that's famous or infamous, I guess, depending on your point of view, but it looks like a blast. So we're going to stay, it's expensive, so we're going to stay there one night. After Lulu's, then it's up to you.
We're going to Pensacola then. We have
Pensacola.
reservations for about the next almost week. We wanted to get through the holiday weekend. We weren't sure how that would be, but it was fine. We were actually sort of ahead because a lot of the loopers, there were other loopers in Kingfisher. There was somebody that went home thinking that they were leaving this week, and we laughed. I think they would have traveled with us. But
My home is Texas, I believe. So anyway,
so there were other people there that probably were going to leave, but we weren't going to wait.
I tried to film a little more than usual. I have a nice aerial shot of Fairhope Marina. They call this
Emerald Coast.
Emerald Coast or something. Whatever. It's beautiful. So the next time we'll probably have been through Lulu's, through Pensacola, and maybe to
Panama City, and we're going to be getting close to being ready to stage for our Big Bend crossing.
Yeah. So anyway, that's our latest update.
So thrilled to be moving. Feel like a looper again.
Had Steve and Darcy have been great. We had companions, but nobody made all the decisions. We traveled together.
Right.
So we'll see you.
See you soon.
Down the road on the beautiful Gulf Coast.
Yeah, Gulf Intercoastal Waterway.
And if I see any alligators, I probably won't report it, but I will protect my family. Okay. Really a beautiful day, and we are in Demopolis, Kingfisher Marina. I'm going to take a little bit of a dinghy ride, show you some of what the marina looks like, but Okay, it's Sunday morning, the 19th of May, and we are getting ready to go through the Demopolis Lock with a one buddy boat. Okay, just left Demopolis. Just about 7 o'clock. We have spoken to the lock master, so he's expecting us, and our buddy boat is just pulling out of their slip. So we are coming up on Demopolis Lock. It's a 40-foot drop. I would guess that we are probably the first pleasure boats to go down. Coming up on yeah, I think mile 173. Okay, so we're getting ready just around this bend to come into Bobby's fish camp. We're not sure what to expect, but we had a 100-mile day with a lock. So as long as we have electricity and can tie up and run the air conditioning, that's probably going to be enough. So basically it's just one long dock for maybe 3, maximum 4 boats.